Hello, welcome to the presentation of our work titled Visualizing Sets and Changes in Membership Using Layered Set Intersection Graphs. My name is Shivam and I will present the work on behalf of my colleagues Gleb, Michel and Fabian. Sets are collection of elements. They are commonly used to model data in many applications. For instance, to analyze publication data, we can model research fields as sets and researchers as elements. If a researcher publishes in a research field, it becomes a member of the corresponding set. Here we show a small sample of the computer science research dataset. Venn diagrams are commonly used to visualize sets. They are intuitive and help in understanding the overlap among sets. For example, the figure represents three sets, representing three research fields, namely Graphics with HCI, AI/ML, and Robotics. We will refer to them as base sets. Hans-Peter Seidel and Hans-Peter Pfister published papers only in Graphics with HCI, hence belong to exclusively in the set. Similarly, Junzhu and Yoshua Bengio published only in AI/ML. Likewise, Gerd Herzinger, Masayuki Inaba, and James M. Regg published only in Robotics. Three researchers published papers in both AI/ML and Graphics with HCI research fields. Hence, the black dots representing them are placed in the intersecting region of the two sets. Similarly, Wolfram Burgard published in Robotics and AI/ML. One researcher, Dinesh Manocha, published in all three fields. Hence, a black dot is placed in the center of the Venn diagram. Set visualizations like Venn diagrams face several challenges while visualizing membership of elements. The first challenge lies in analyzing details of element set membership, such as membership weight. The membership weight of an element is determined by the quantitative attribute that also determines the membership of the element. In our example, the number of papers published by a researcher in a research field determines the membership weight. The second challenge lies in analyzing temporal changes that occur due to the evolving membership of elements in sets. For example, analyzing the publication pattern of a researcher or the stability of contributions in research fields. We address these challenges in our work by using layered set intersection graphs. Next, I will explain the construction of these layered set intersection graphs. First, we compute all the set intersections, shown by segregating regions of the Venn diagram. Next, in layer 1, positioned at the bottom, we place all the regions containing elements that are members of the base set Graphics with HCI. Similarly, we compute all the elements contained in AI/ML and keep them in the bottom layer. We do the same for elements belonging to Robotics. Next, in layer 2, we find all pairwise combinations of base sets. We compute all intersections of two base sets along with the membership of elements in each intersection. For example, here we find all the elements belonging in both Graphics with HCI and AI/ML. Since these elements are present in two base sets, we place them in layer 2. We repeat the process for other two set intersections and position them in the same layer. Next, we find all intersections of three sets, compute the elements contained in each, and place them in the third layer, and so on. For datasets with more number of base sets, we proceed in a similar way and go beyond the third layer. To identify the base sets involved in each intersection, we use color. Here, Graphics with HCI is shown in green, AI/ML in purple, and Robotics in orange. Each region becomes a node in the set intersection graph. To construct edges, we use the direct subset relation between nodes. For example, since all the elements in the intersection of Graphics with HCI and AI/ML are present in the set graphics with HCI, we draw an edge between the two nodes. Similarly, we draw edges between other nodes of the graph. The basic structure of layered set intersection graphs is ready. The structure of the graph is inspired by a concept lattice that is computed using formal concept analysis. Next, I will talk about how we use the layered set intersection graph in our visualization approach. We represent each node of the graph as a rectangle and place black filled circles to denote its constituent elements. The cardinality of a set is shown by a number at the bottom edge of the node. For instance, the figure shows that there are 6 elements in the set graphics with HCI. Please note that the first 2 circles inside the rectangle have a hat marker above them. The hat marker above a circle shows that the element has no additional memberships in other sets and hence does not appear in the layers above. Here, 2 circles with hat marker show that among 6 researchers, there are 2 who published only in the field of graphics with HCI. Do you remember what their names were? They are Hans-Peter Seidel and Hans-Peter Pfister. The 2 horizontal bars below the rectangle encode the quantity of the 2 types of the elements in the set, with and without hat markers. We continue visualizing other nodes of the graphs in a similar way. Finally, we get our visualization of the layered set intersection graph. Next, we are ready to address the first challenge in set visualization, analyzing details of element set membership such as membership weight. Since, in our approach, we represent each individual element in a separate region, it becomes easier to encode membership weights of each element. We encode the number of papers published by a researcher through the size of the corresponding circle. Hence, we get an updated visualization with different circle sizes. For example, here we can see that size of circles inside robotics in layer 1 varies a lot. On hovering over the circles, we get to know the name and the number of papers published by the researcher in robotics. We can also click on the circle to highlight all the occurrences of the corresponding element in the graph. For example, on clicking the circle, we see that Wolfram Burgard published in both AI/ML and robotics. However, the circle size indicate that he published most of the papers in robotics. To address the second challenge of analyzing temporal changes due to evolving element set memberships, we construct layered set intersection graphs for each time step. We need an approach where users can navigate between time steps, see the temporal changes from different perspectives, and are able to do in-depth exploration of dynamic set data. We propose an approach with linked views. The figure shows the full interface of the implemented approach. The interface is mainly divided into 4 areas. The set intersection view in the middle visualizes the layered set intersection graphs. The timeline component is positioned at the bottom. The element list and the degree distribution components are in the right. The degree distribution component shows the distribution of elements based on the element's maximum number of memberships in different sets. Zooming in on the element list, for each element, the list shows the name, sum of membership weight in selected time step, and sparkline showing the evolution of element's membership weight. A vertical dotted line in the sparkline marks the first appearance of the element in the dataset. Colored bars below the name highlight memberships of an element in the selected time step. For instance, Masayuki Inaba published 15 papers in robotics and made contributions from the first time step. On the other hand, Sergey Levin published in the other 2 fields, appeared in 2008-2010 time step, and has an increasing trend of publishing papers. Also, hovering over a row in the list highlights the corresponding element in the main view. Next, I will present further details of our approach through the tool demo. We propose three views to provide different perspectives on temporal changes in dynamic set data. They are static, diff, and aggregated views. The static view shows the data for one selected time step, diff view for two selected time steps, and aggregated view for all the time steps. The timeline contains time step labels in left to right chronological order. To explore the set intersection graph of a particular time step, we can click on the corresponding label. We have already discussed the encodings used in the set intersection graph in the static view for one time step. To explore the exact changes in memberships between any two time steps, we use the diff view. To enable the diff view, just select any two time step labels while holding down the control key. Changes between two successive time steps can be quickly explored by clicking the rectangular box between two time steps. Here we select the diff view between 2008-2010 and 2011-2013. Let's refer to the two time steps as T1 and T2, where T1 occurs before T2. Hence, in the timeline, the time step level of T1 is located at the left with respect to that of T2. To represent the data from two selected time steps, we vertically divide the encodings into two halves, left and right. For example, the left semicircle shows the membership of an element in T1, while the right semicircle shows the membership of an element in T2. The difference in the size of semicircles shows the changes in the membership of the element. For instance, Hans-Peter Seidel published 23 papers in graphics with HCI venues during 2008-2010, while 13 articles in the next 3 years. Similarly, the cardinality of a set in two time steps is shown by the numbers positioned at the bottom edge of the rectangular node. Below the node, horizontal bars show the number of elements belonging to the set present only in T1 time step, only in T2, and in both selected time steps. To summarize changes about gained or lost memberships among sets, we draw interlayer summary edges at the right side of the graph. Here we see there was one element which went from layer 1 to layer 2, denoting that earlier it was present in only one set, but later gained membership in an additional set. On hovering, we see the tapered edge and infer that the element went from publishing only in robotics to both robotics and graphics with HCI. Clicking the edge selects the transitioning elements. The name of researcher is James M. Regg. To show the evolution of memberships between first and last time steps, we select them for the diff view. We see that two researchers went from publishing in robotics to all the three research fields. Their names are Dinesh Manocha and James M. Regg. Also, we see two instances where both halves of the circle are present, denoting two other researchers published in both time steps. They are Masayuki Inaba and Yoshua Bengio. But in both time steps, they published papers only in one field, Masayuki in robotics, while Yoshua in AI/ML. In both cases, the bigger size of the right semicircle shows that they publish more articles in the later time step. To see an overview of temporal changes, we provide an aggregated representation for all time steps, which can be selected by clicking the Aggregate All button. Please note that an element is not necessarily present in all time steps. It is possible that in a time step, an element is present in none of the sets available in the dataset. As a result, a specific intersection may also have no members in some time steps. On an overview level, we need to show whether an element was absent in some time steps. Similarly, we need to show whether a set or an intersection was empty in some time steps. We encode this information consistently for elements, sets, and intersections via opacity. If some circles are darker, the corresponding elements are present in more time steps than other elements. Similarly, if the left edge of a rectangular box is more black, the corresponding set or intersection is non-empty in more number of time steps. The size of a circle represents the average weight of membership across all time steps in the corresponding set. These details for an element are available on demand on hovering over the circle. Selecting an element highlights it in the graph and draws an evolution chart of the element's membership. The chart is drawn on demand and appended in the timeline. There are several filters that can be used together to enable in-depth analysis of the data. A user can simultaneously select any time step, any set or an intersection, a summary edge, and a degree of element. For instance, to find researchers who limited their focus to contributing only in robotics in 2017-2019, from 2014-2016, we select the diffuse and apply two filters. We see one such researcher, Wolfram Burgard. Now, let's switch to another application example and discuss the evolution of developer activities in software projects. For this example, we include the dataset of developer activities in the Linux GitHub repository from 2008 until 2017. The 5 modules of the repository, namely file systems, drivers, Arc, Net, and kernel, are modeled as sets, whereas developers contributing to the repository as elements. Number of commits by a developer quantify the membership weight of elements in sets. We filter those developers who made at least 100 commits and get 111 such committers. The first insight we gain is about the details of element membership in individual set intersections. The figure shows the intersection of all 5 modules aggregated across all time steps. We can see that there were 23 developers who contributed in all the modules in at least one time step. Black circles represent developers who consistently contributed to all the modules in each time step. The circle size reveals difference in their average number of commits, which was highest for Greg Kroah-Hartman. The second insight we get is about comparing the stability of contributions in 2 modules across 2 time steps. We select the diffuse between 2016 and 2017 time steps and focus on the Arc module, which had the least change in terms of cardinality. However, change in cardinality alone is not a good indicator of stability. On a closer look, we see that the Arc module has many semicircles. The horizontal bars beneath the rectangle show that 11 previous committers dropped out. The cardinality remained stable because 12 new developers came in and contributed to the module. In contrast, the drivers module has the most significant number of developers who contributed in both time steps. Hence, across the 2 time steps, the drivers module was more stable in terms of developer contributions. Remaining on the diffuse, we see many edges going up and down, indicating the shifting focus of developers. Upward edges indicate that developers contributed to more modules than before and vice versa for downward edges. The edge from layer 2 to the first layer indicates that 5 developers narrowed their focus to only one module. Next, let's see the differences in patterns of contribution activity in some of the developers. Through evolution charts, we observe stable and consistent contribution patterns to 2 modules by Philippe and to all 5 modules by Greg. We also see an inconsistent contribution across time steps by Paul. Additionally, we observe that a developer, Bartlomeej, contributed in the first and last 2 time steps with a gap of 6 years in the middle. There are several other insights that can be found through our proposed approach. Our approach generalizes well to the dynamic set data from various domains. Check out the implementation to explore several other datasets. To conclude, we present an approach that helps in visualizing weighted and dynamic element set memberships. We believe visualizing the details of element memberships in dynamic sets is important and provides rich insights. Thank you for listening to this talk.